Hey Theater Inspires! Welcome to Make It Sparkle, a series to get ideas and inspiration for your theater and dance shows. This video is about sound design, and it features Jessica Paz. Jessica is a Tony Award-winning sound designer. She's created soundscapes for shows like Hadestown and Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway and Little Shop of Horrors. She's worked nearly every job in sound production and is fascinated by music studio and live concert techniques. Hope you enjoy this and get some fresh ideas.
First and foremost goal is to make sure that every audience member is having as similar an experience as possible, which is where, the sound system design comes in, right? Is to make sure that every seat is having the same experience, no matter where you are. That is goal number one. I had to actually amplify a show from behind an audience. I couldn't put any speakers in front of the audience. They all are on trusses, these truss towers, and the speakers were behind. And so I had to, use delay times to make it all work out, to sync up with the person on the stage. That was really a big challenge, but you get the speakers as high as you can, you get them to cover as much as possible. The higher the speaker is, the less like it feels like it's coming from behind you, and the more that it feels like it's coming from somewhere like above you, in front of you. It's paying attention to the architecture of a space and the pattern of the speakers that you're choosing to hopefully spill as little as possible on walls and ceilings, etc., and so on. And that of course has just come from experimentation as well. You learn over time what works, what doesn't work. You solve problems in a space. I once had these front fills. We had a sort of square seating, thrust seating, and on each side of the stage were 2 rows of seats, and we had front fill trough, which had plexiglass on it that had to be 1/2 inch thick because the audience needed to be able to stand on it, etc. So I had front fill speakers underneath that grating, and the holes it's 50% open, but 1/2 inch thick. And every time we did this bit of choreography where our lead got lifted up in the air, center stage, we would get this super high-pitched feedback. And I was like, what is that? So we then I had my assistant draw up, okay, if the front fill speakers at this angle pointed at the audience through this grating that's 1/2 inch thick and 13K is a wavelength this size, then when it hits that 1/2 inch plexi, it now reflects up into the sky. And it turned out that 1/2 inch plexi was reflecting the sound at 13K directly center stage, which was feeding back into her microphone. So then we drilled the holes out and we gave them an angle, and we also slightly changed the angle of the speaker, and now we solved our reflection problem through this grating. But that was a problem I had never experienced before, because usually the grating would be 1/4 inch metal, but that's not up to code for when you have audience members walking on it. So yeah, super interesting problem.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you've worked as a sound designer in theater or dance and have ideas or tips to help others learn, please be sure to include it in the comments below.